who we're seeing right now is good old Plon up on stage.
I recognize the player on the right. I want to say he's European, but I may be... No! Okay, this guy goes to nightclubs, that's why.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, Austin doesn't seem like a very European name.
Not really.
And the American flag doesn't seem European either, so...
No, it doesn't.
No.
But we've some weird stuff with flags throughout like this entire tournament.
Yeah, like Mott's rocking a Canadian flag.
Yeah, I was commentating doubles yesterday, and your good pal Mateo, fellow Ganon connoisseur, was rocking the Uzbekistan flag.
Oh, okay.
The entirety of
so
doubles.
maybe they're just strictly going off of Start GG.
I think they're going off of Start GG. Do you know why Mateo uses the Uzbek flag?
I have no clue. I honestly have never asked him about that. I know he does that, but I've never once inquired about it. So
he's a very eccentric guy, like going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Falcon, Ganon.
You can have some deep
Falco.
conversations with him about anything, and it'll be very intriguing, to say the least.
Oh, for sure. Very genuine guy, and he's not afraid to let his opinions be known.
Oh yeah. But we're just waiting on these guys to get their hands warmed up. Dude, how's your weekend been so far?
It's been great. I actually have not been spending too much time in the venue recently. This morning, I woke up really early, went with my lovely girlfriend and my family to go visit Niagara Falls.
Ooh, okay.
Then we ate at the Revolving Restaurant and drove 2.5 hours back.
That's a lovely experience. I feel like that's like one thing you got to do when you come up here in Ontario is at least one time visit Niagara Falls, because
for sure,
it's a staple here.
It's a beautiful view. How's your weekend been?
Very sloppy.
Sloppy?
There's been a lot of stuff going on, and I feel like I've been spread thin everywhere. But here we go, game one.
Let's see if we got a sloppy set or a clean and casual. Oh, wow, he's already going crazy with these movements. Plon, I believe Plon is the Falcon, given the Montreal tag.
100%. And so far, off to a great start.
People are screaming in the
crowd. The
crowd.
Montreal crowd has been going rowdy all weekend. They've been going crazy for NMFC. We got Plon here, like...
This is round one pools.
I mean,
like round one winners.
It never gets old. It's a tale of true time. And just so early on that knee there.
Yeah, I think something really cool about this tournament specifically is that all of the different regions of Canada, they come out to play. Like you can hear people like going crazy for the Montreal crowd, but you know, Atlantic North Canada is also here.
Oh, yeah.
We see people from like the PNW, like that area of Canada. I know that Elliot has been doing really well as well.
Yep.
And it's really like it evokes like playing at like the college locals with all your friends and seeing everyone cheer you on. You get that, but it's also the bigger stage too.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a great platform for all of these Canadian players to finally put themselves on the map, especially like you said, from people from East Atlantic Canada and even all the way from West Coast and Vancouver and all of that. And not only that, like all the talent within Ontario themselves that don't get the chances often to come to Toronto. It's amazing to see all of these people coming out and showing off their
fighting out to see who will be the next rising star. And in this set, it seems to be Plon. He's kind of owning Austin right now, 4 stocks to 1. As I say that, Austin with a clean shine spike to take the first stock and get on the board.
But thankfully, we've been doing best of 5 all weekend, which I'm a big fan of, honestly.
I love best of 5, like significantly more than best of 3. It is so hard. Like as a TO, from the TO perspective, it is so hard to do all best of 5 at a major, let alone a major at the size of this, where there's like, what, 1,000-ish people here?
1,800 people.
1,800 people, all best of 5. Like, that's crazy.
It is.
Shouts to Joe, shouts to Willie P, shouts to Max Ketchum, all the people making this possible and getting best of 5 action for all the singles players.
All right, so what's Austin got to do here? I feel like he's just not at the same pace as Plon here. And honestly, there's times where there's such a discrepancy in skill level where it's really hard to make any sort of adjustment that will be impactful in a set like this, but he's kind of picking it up here.
Yeah, I think the main thing, I mean, it's a really a conventional take, and it's punish game, where, okay, hold up, stop cooking right here. But like, the main thing is like, as Fox, right, you get 1 or 2 clean hits, and if you can't really finish or go into like a juggle or send Falcon off stage with this kind of not great recovery, you don't really get very much off of him. Whereas Falcon, even at lower level, you get stomp knee pretty quickly, you get Fox off stage, and he's dead. Like the punish game, I think, is the big differentiator here.
Yeah, they're kind of just like scrapping a little bit, which honestly, I'm also a fan of as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Like, if you're good at the scrap, it doesn't matter if you can't really hit all the combos, because Falcon will never hit you. But I feel like the problem here for Austin is that he's just getting like 1 or 2 straight hits and not really landing much off after it. Like the kill with the up smash, it's great. But you got to build that percent faster.
He's starting to get a feel for himself here a little bit. Just barely stuck in that there, and okay.
A little overextension from Plon, but the get up attack on Austin's part will get a counter hit. Little moonwalk for the fans too. Montreal crowd loving that.
Yeah, they also brought a big crowd here. I think there's about like 20 people.
Yeah.
From
You know Squid, who lives in Montreal right now? Top 100 player, former SoCal star. He makes fun of top players all the time on Twitter because he thinks that they're lazy. He thinks that they are disorganized.
Kind of true.
They don't really. It is true, and they don't really care too much for registering for their events on time. And Squid was making fun of these people for like Collision as well. I was one of the people who seeded this tournament, and Squid DM'd a bunch of the people after registration closed and said, hey, I thought I was registered for this tournament for the last 4 months.
You know what it was? He was probably too busy tweeting about all that he just simply forgot about it.
Yeah, because he bought a hotel. He got a hotel,
yeah.
He got his transport, he got everything except for the registration.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was just a slip of the mind there, maybe. Just because everything else was preserved. So I went to like a Montreal weekly one time, or sorry, a monthly. And he was just there, and I didn't know anything of him moving back to Montreal for his family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I saw him, I was like, what the hell? Like, are you just here randomly for this random Montreal monthly? But then I found out. But it's cool that he's here. It's cool that we get to see him at these tournaments now.
I mean, Montreal's getting a lot of killers now. You know, Hungrybox, he's looking into buying a house there too.
Really?
Yeah.
I know he's a fan of the LAN ETS series there. He frequents those every year. So.
Travels there pretty often. I think he entered Matcha Cup.
Oh.
From that venue. Like he signed up for the local.
Yeah.
And then entered Matcha Cup while in the local venue, and then didn't play in the local.
Well, he did that. He also did that this week as well with the pre-local. He signed up, and then the Mango Boot Camp happened, so he just didn't show up. But
he's such an alpha.
I don't know if doing that is an alpha move, but I mean, there's other things he does that maybe you could argue.
For sure. So this is probably like the closest we've seen so far of Austin Plon. Kind of lost the plot a little bit the last game, but they're having a great time.
Maybe that's all you need sometimes. You get that slow start. Shout out to Regigigas.
For sure.
Once you get a few matches going, you get the blood flowing in the hands. I don't know, maybe. There's random rolls and movement flubs coming out from Austin. There's also nerves from being on stage as well that people can't really handle too well.
Yeah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Austin's first out-of-region major.
Oh, okay.
Like, he went to Collision, which is like tri-state. Pretty good, what is it? Pressing the R button, holding up from ledge. Well, he's on a box, so some of the R button.
Okay, so he pressed one button that all looks the same.
Button modifier 13
yes.
to hold up from ledge. But there was a huge New York presence at this event. I don't know if you've noticed. There's like a crew, the Subway Rats Gym, called SRG. He's part of this crew as well.
Okay.
And it's like, what, 30-ish people, all from New York, all started playing Melee around the same time. And they are all here because Willie P, who's a member of SRG, is the head tier of the tournament.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of these players, they decided, East Coast GOML, it's only an 8-hour drive from New York, why not go? So we are seeing Austin's debut on the big stage.
And unfortunately, it's not going too well.
Plon is mercilessly 3-stalking him in front of all of his friends.
All right, in place.
Yeah, clean tech chase. Oh, went for it all, trying to read. And a counter hit.
And that's how it starts?
Get out of here with that.
Oh. And no emotion for my
And
no, it was a smile from
huge win for Montreal.
Oh,
they are going
Look
crazy.
Look
standing up. The heroes welcome, standing ovation.